Hello everybody, or hello everyone I should say. It's December the 20th, 2024. I'm on yet another lovely walk in the Kent countryside. The sun is shining, life is good. Anyway, I'm halfway up this hill, that's why I'm a bit out of breath. But I thought I'd just tell you another little story, another police story. It's a silly one, but you might find it interesting. You may remember on some other videos that I've uploaded that I did mention it was customary when you got a newbie, a probationer, it was customary to initiate them with some sort of prank, and they got really quite outrageous. Anyway, we had a new probationer, Leslie. She's a very nice girl, and we couldn't really think of anything to do to catch her out and initiate her, and so we spent a fair bit of time thinking about this. Now, one set of nights I had the privilege of being in a car. It didn't happen very often, but when you're area car, you drive around for a bit, and if it's quiet you find somewhere for a cup of tea. So we went down to one of the hotels in Gravesend that used to provide tea and coffee for us, and of course one of the other cars was there as well, so there were four of us essentially having tea, and we got round to the discussion about how we were going to initiate Leslie, and we came up with a plan. So the plan was this: Mr. Singh rings the station, not 39, but rings the station to say that he's the proprietor of the pet shop in Parrot Street, and he's just discovered that some of his snakes have escaped. In particular, he has a spitting cobra that is on the loose, and could the police send a car? So we made the call, and then we got over the radio. It was Leslie. She was doing her stint as station officer. Yeah, could you go to the pet shop? Mr. Singh escaped snakes. And we said, yeah, okay. So the silly thing was, we jumped in the car and we actually drove around there. And we found this black bag of rubbish. And we thought, I know, let's say that we've caught the snake and we're bringing it in and see what she does. So we radioed in. We said, yeah, we're following this snake. It's going south down to Queen Street, trying to catch up with it. It's very, very fast. But could you go up to the inspector's office and ask the inspector for the Cobra net, and we'll get one of the area cars to come in to get it, because we don't fancy picking up the Cobra. So she went up to the inspector's office and asked for the Cobra net. Well, the inspector was a pretty turned on guy, Steve, and he said, oh no, the Cobra net's over at Dartford. The only thing we can use is the dog catcher. So the dog catcher was a long aluminium pole with a loop on the end that you used to put the loop over the dog's neck and then pull this bit of rope tight, and it kept the dog at arm's length. So she came back down, no, the Cobra net's over at Dartford, but I've got the dog catcher. So we sent the other area car in to collect it. We met round the corner, and we opened the back of one of our cars. Yeah, in those days we had Cortina estates. So we opened the back of the Cortina, and I sat on the back of the car with the hatch open, and we got the pole and we stuck this bag on the end of it, and we drove back to the nick and we said, yeah, we've caught this snake, Not quite sure what to do with it. We've got it, but we need to put it in a cell until somebody can come along who knows how to deal. You know, they're very venomous, these snakes. Anyway, I sat on the back with this dog catching pole and a plastic bag, knowing full well that she would be watching the CCTV on the entrance to the police station. And so we came up the ramp, she was watching, we was wiggling this thing all over the place. And then we called up and said, look, can you open cell 1? We're going to chuck this thing straight in and then get Mr. Singh here. So we went in. She was standing by the door of cell 1, holding it open. We walked in with this thing on the bag, with his bag on the stick, threw it in the cell, and then pushed her in and shut the door. Oh dear, I know it's a terribly unkind thing to do, but the screams were horrific. The banging on the door was monumental, and anyway, eventually she realised it was a gag. We opened the door. She took retribution in the form of slapping us around, which she was allowed to do in those days. And that was her initiation. No one was hurt. All good fun. Quite a set of nights. We would, of course, you know, dropped everything. Before I get comments, we would have dropped everything if there'd been a real emergency, but there wasn't. So that was how we initiated Leslie. If you're watching, Leslie, I apologise. Anyway, that's that story. I'll see you in the next one. Over and out. God bless.